Hello, Douglas Roberts here, Education Development Officer for the Scottish Council on Archives. This is 10-20-30, our winter series of learning workshops for archivists and heritage organisations. Today we're looking at creating online exhibitions. The online environment offers ways to share our rich collections of records and objects with audiences around the country and around the world. Digital imaging can capture intimate details of texture and colour. 360-degree photography can take us virtually into spaces we can't otherwise access. Digital tools allow us to blend and juxtapose images and data from archive records in new and exciting ways. While they can't fully reproduce the physical experience of handling documents, digital exhibitions offer ways to put our archived collections into the public domain, tell their stories, and celebrate their diversity and significance. An online exhibition isn't just a digital collection with labels. Don't get me wrong, digital collections are a vital part of heritage and archives work, and collections can be organised around an idea or a theme, but an exhibition tells a story. The idea or concept behind an exhibition is what will set it apart from a random collection of objects. What separates an exhibition from a collection is that an exhibition has a tight connection between this idea, its objects, and a story that ties them all together. It's this tight connection that's vital. Without this, a virtual exhibition risks being just an interesting collection of objects. It leaves us mildly intrigued but unmoved. A good exhibition inspires an emotional response from its visitors, connecting them with the people, places and events contained in the records. An emotional connection gives meaning to the experience. A good exhibition encourages us to revisit our understanding about past generations, sometimes challenges us, but leaves us with a deeper sense of identification with our forebears and the lives they led. It sounds like a tall order, doesn't it? Actually, I think a lot of this work can be done by the records themselves if we let them speak. Our job is to set up the structure within which they can do that most effectively. Let's have a look at some of the ways we can do that in the online environment. Like any exhibit, our online exhibition has a set of elements that make it up. There are obviously the objects themselves, in this case digitised images of archive records and objects. Add in written content like titles, descriptions, interpretation, transcription, reference data, credits, acknowledgements. Video can add further interpretation and commentary or display the records in a different way. Audio content such as voiceover, music, ambient sounds, transcriptions read aloud. Navigation using an overview, index, arrows, clickable map or diagram, even a simple key. Downloadable files like more detailed information, education materials and activities. Links to further content on other sites or other parts of the collection. And connecting all of these elements together is an organising theme or a topic, a reason for putting these particular records together, along with a story that helps us navigate our way around and make sense of what we're looking at. All these are options, but if you're just starting out with online exhibitions, it's fine to keep it simple. A collection of records and objects carefully organised around a theme and connected with a strong, simple story. A useful place to start your online exhibition is in considering a series of questions. What do you want to accomplish? Who is it for? What story will you tell and why? What records and objects will you use? How will you present the exhibition? What software and platform are you using? How will you publicise it? How do you know who's visited and how they responded to the exhibition? Now, it's often easier to answer these questions in discussion with other people. If you're lucky enough to be collaborating with colleagues, then make a pot of tea and take the time to sit down and chew over these questions together. If you're working on your own, as many archivists do, find some colleagues to connect with over a video call, or get together somewhere and spend an hour talking it over. When we create a physical exhibition, we have to consider the benefits and restrictions of the space we're using and the materials available. A dedicated, temperature-controlled exhibition space with display cabinets and information boards is very different to a village hall, a school foyer, or one wall of the reading room, but we adapt to the conditions and we plan what's appropriate to the space. Online spaces have the same variation, from dedicated websites to corners of institutional sites to free upload sites and social media platforms. Many archive organisations are allocated web pages within a larger organisational site, like a local council, for instance. Often this space is controlled by a separate IT department and limited by firewalls and institutional data protection policies. A supportive IT department can make this a good choice for an archives exhibition, provided you're able to express your wishes clearly and give plenty of notice. A dedicated website can offer more freedom of design and access, but it comes at a cost or with a need to learn new IT skills. Companies like Wix and Squarespace offer simple website building interfaces that require no coding, but the free versions are either time or feature limited. WordPress is a widely used open source website building platform used by many archives and heritage organisations. Online collections software such as Omeka operate rather like WordPress, but they offer item and collections management in addition to exhibition capabilities. Omeka is free and it's used by many small heritage organisations, particularly in the United States. It adheres to Dublin Core standards, but it requires a similar level of skill to using WordPress. Many archive organisations also use free services such as Flickr to display digital collections, and with a bit of work, it's a good way to make an exhibition available. Flickr is a photography site, so options for captions and more detailed interpretive text are limited. However, Flickr is free to use, as are the various social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. These platforms are less useful for online exhibitions, but they're great for promoting them and bringing new audiences to view them. Who's going to visit your online exhibition? It's useful to consider who's likely to engage with your exhibition and design the content for that audience. Bear in mind that your online audience is unpredictable and it's likely to be more diverse than you're expecting. Putting an exhibition online doesn't guarantee any kind of audience, of course, and publicity is vital. So, where's your audience most likely to hear about your exhibition? Social media can be a powerful publicity tool, along with any mailing lists that you may have or belong to. Posters displayed in public spaces like libraries, galleries, shop fronts, council buildings. When you're putting your exhibition together, keep your audience in mind and cater to different ages and learning styles. This means ensuring that there's a good mix of visual and written material, clear navigation around the exhibition, interesting graphics, good use of colour, consistency of style. Creating an online exhibition can take as much work as a physical exhibition, but it can reach far more people and it can remain on display for as long as you want it to. We'll be looking at online exhibitions in more detail in our upcoming 10-20-30 online workshop. So to prepare for that, take a look at some of the links below and investigate some of the examples of online exhibitions for yourself. Then bring along any questions or useful experiences you've had creating exhibitions online. Thanks for watching. See you next time.